issues, but look, realistically, we know that currently facing our country is a subject of price appreciation or depreciation of petroleum products. And we know the concerns have been raised about whether we're implementing a fully deregulated policy or not, and whether it's an affront to the law, etc. The last week saw a reduction downwards of fuel prices, and we're told that the fortnightly period for the review is it from today or from tomorrow, this very week. And so we're likely to see those appreciation or depreciation of the prices of petroleum. Now, I have to come to you. What have you made of it?
Well, I think
it's been something that has received some mixed reactions from the public. It depends on where you're looking at it from.
The bigger picture is that there has been a massive fraud on the people of Ghana when it comes to petroleum.
Really?
We had automatic price adjustment imposed on us, which continued to escalate prices, and Ghanaians faithfully committed themselves and were paying. Prices have fallen 50% on the world market, and that was not passed on to Ghanaians. So there's a massive con has gone on.
Oh, we're told that we owed the BDCs.
Well, you impose a system in place which says
that should be a good excuse for
what's
your problem?
My problem is that people of Ghana have been impoverished and continue to be impoverished. And this government, and indeed any government, has to ask themselves why they exist as a government. Are we in government just to be dealing with the escalation, de-escalation? It's about people. And our party, the Convention People's Party, was founded for people. It's founded for people, simple as that. It's nothing else. Otherwise, why scrap government? Scrap it. Government must exist for the people of this country. So if you put a system in place which says that for the sake of the country, let's put prices up, and then when prices fall massively, you don't pass it on and you make other excuses, well, we owe money, etc. And now, let me say that the yo-yoing of prices, i.e. you raise it by 15% 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks after that it goes down by 23%. How does anybody plan anything in this country?
So, how would you want it? You want it daily?
Well, no. This so-called deregulation is not going to work. And we are not in favor of this open market liberalization.
If we don't deregulate, what do we do then?
We have a population who are already poor and continue to be impoverished. We should cap it at where we think it should be. Government needs to subsidize it. They should subsidize it so that people get some benefit as citizens of this country.
Where are we going to get the money from, Lee?
We have vast resources, we have vast potential, we have everything. We are mismanaging it, and so we are not creating wealth. And that brings me to another story. When is this government going to create prosperity for the nation? Because every individual, you, Fred, myself, anybody here, aspires to prosperity. Every country aspires to prosperity. The CPP aspires to create prosperity for Ghanaians. Where is the plan to create wealth and prosperity in this country? Where is it? So then you end up in this farcical situation where you're just playing around with people's lives. And then you're saying you have a system which is going to escalate prices 1 week, bring it down the next week. How does business plan? How does you as a businessman plan your life? How do you know that inflation is going to be steady so that you plan your life, your business, whatever? It's farcical. You cannot run a country like that. Which country in the world is petrol prices yo-yoing up and down from week to week? Which country? You tell me. So it's not a situation which is going to be sustainable.
In the UK, what pertains?
In the UK, yes, it's a market-driven prices. But
and is it a daily?
But you don't have a daily price rises, weekly price rises. You see an occasional either rise or you see an occasional fall.
But then they are
governed by supply and demand.
All right.
But you don't have this situation where they are seeking to raise price because what? Because the BDCs are old money. Because the prices on the oil market has risen. No. We must have better regulation.
But the truth is that we can subsidize. We haven't gotten to, we've gotten to the stage where our finances are not good. We've gone to an independent international body for which we belong, the IMF, to make sure that we keep our finances in check. So we can subsidize. We have to be real. But the thing also has been that we've left everything as it is, and the perception is that to the BDCs and to the OMCs.
You see, when you take a decision to deregulate and you give out the parameters,
what is not full deregulation?
So what is it? If it is not full deregulation, then it is not.
So not an affront to the law.
You see, if it's not full deregulation, then it is not a deregulation. Then we shouldn't even talk about anything like that. Don't talk about automatic adjustments. Because you're giving me parameters around which you would decide how prices,
then you change your mind.
How prices should go. You've told me when the dollar was rising to 4.5 thereabouts, you told me that, because even though the world market price had plummeted down, you still would have to maintain a certain price because the dollar is rising.
Because of the instability of your currency against the major international currencies.
And who controls that?
Yes, exactly.
Who controls that? You're the government. Who must make sure that you put in policies, that would stabilize the cedi. And you don't do. You leave it to a free fall. And then at 4.5, it comes down to about 3.2. And you still, the world market price of fuel had come down over 50%. And you will still want to maintain the same level and give us reasons that you owe BDCs. Who asked you to owe BDCs? So is it Ghanaians and the way we are, sometimes I think we are too timid, we are too laid back, we are too famanyami.
So what do you want us to do? Should hold guns and go and...
No, you don't.
Fred is calling for revolution.
I'm not asking us to hold guns, but we should.
Fred, you're inciting people.
If that is inciting, I don't have apologies to it. We should make sure that we hold the government accountable. This era of pampering government, they come out. Where is Moses Asaga? The last time prices was increased, you heard him on all the media stations. Where is he today? And the amount that had been the percentage of reduction, it's just a slap in the face of Ghanaians. And even at the pumps, who is checking that they are even doing what is expected of them?
That they are doing the right thing.
Every economy needs stability.
If we don't have stability, we have no business trying to run the economy. No wonder we are running to IMF.
Fred, why are you sounding so pessimistic, so much dissatisfied? We're having prices of petroleum being reduced to a certain percentage, for which we should be happy. It was from 23% downwards, and it should have been between a threshold of 11 or 10 to about 23. Has not been done adequately. But still, it's been a reduction, Fred.
For over a year, we've had consistent rise in the price.
And only went up 2 weeks ago, 15%.
And we are still going on. So you increase something by 100% and reduce it by 25%, and then you think you need a tap at the back.
So you think it's a rip-off?
It is a rip-off, and this government has used. I understand. Recently, the minority is also coming up to say that the government wants to smuggle a tax on.
It's already on. There are two tax components in there, which has become a subject of argument.
So we are not helping ourselves. We are not, as a government. The government is not helping us, and we are looking on whilst they continue to fleece us.
Whichever side of the equation you look at, whether on just the lives of ordinary people or whether on the side of business, we're not winning. Because business does not have stability to be able to plan ahead and invest and employ people, etc. When you look on the other side of ordinary people, we know that over the last year, actually, whether prices have gone up 23% now, in the last year, they've suffered massive increases in what in their cost of living. And therefore, they are poorer. Every Ghanaian, every single day under this government is becoming poorer. Whether you look at utility prices, whether you look at transportation, whether you look at food prices, whether you look at water, you look at it. In your own life, examine your life and see whether in the last year you're better off or you're worse off. So we have a government now that's a government of poverty. This government, the NDC government, now become a government of poverty. They're not delivering anything in this country but poverty. Nothing else. And they really need to get to a point where they ask themselves why they exist as a party, why they exist as a government. Because if you are a government and all that you do is to inflict poverty on your people, where are you going? Why are you why are you a political party and you call yourself a social democratic party and you continue to impoverish people year in, year out, day in, day out? Where are you taking this country? What is your plan for delivering wealth, prosperity, and employment for the people of Ghana? We, as a party, certainly have a blueprint for delivering that. The NDC doesn't, and they need to go. They need to go. They are failing Ghanaians. They have no plan for delivering prosperity in this country. They really need to go.
The news this morning is that the OMCs are expected to further reduce the prices of of petroleum products in line with full, deregulation of the sector.
Did you say full?
Well, that's what the news report said, but we know that it's not a full deregulation. Now, so far we've had GOIL and is it UBI, that is the OMC or the OMCs that are having the least of the prices, so to speak. And despite this reduction by GOIL, we still have a reduction by UBI. And the development could be beneficial to consumers, according to the news report, and it could result in the reduction in the price of goods and services in the coming days, substantially.
Well, I
shouldn't believe it.
I'm not sure why you are excited about this. Let's see how it goes. But day in, day out, this government has shown that it lacks the commitment to help the citizenry. It takes decisions that suits it to get more money, and even if the money was to be spent, even if the money was to be spent in areas that would help the citizenry, you would sort of understand. But all these monies will be collected. The government will still go borrowing and crying to IMF for some relief of a sort. At the end of the day, the Ghanaian is made poorer. You can't plan, and if you are in any society that you cannot plan, either as a businessman or in your personal capacity, then you have nowhere to go. Because if you cannot plan, it's not as if you don't want to plan, but look, my budget for the year, you just have to shelve it somewhere. It is going more up than down. You just cannot use it because everything else is increasing. If it is not about the dollar that is making you change the price every day, and you cannot put the same thing on your customers. So what are we doing as a nation? Others who must come and invest in this country will not come because they don't see stability. Yes, we have societal stability, we have political stability, but that is only one aspect of the parameters through which investors will look at before investing in a particular country. I don't think we have it. The doom soil alone is costing so much. How much are we losing a day? Is anybody making calculations? How much as a nation are we losing? And what would we lose if we add more to ensure that the situation is ameliorated?
Yes.
We are struggling to find solution to something that has been bedeviling us for the past years. We don't seem to find any solution to it.
They have no solution. They must leave.
Let's pause. But you see, it's the entire Ghanaian citizenry. We go to the polls. We take decisions. We take decisions based on some sentimental issues that does not even help ourselves. If somebody comes to give you 50 Ghana cedis, 100 Ghana cedis to vote for him, and you do that, if somebody rushes to construct roads in your constituency just because he wants you to vote for him, and he gets your votes, you've paid for the votes, all right? It's against the law, but he's paid for it. He goes into government and does nothing to enhance your livelihood. Probably you think that, yes, your road has been constructed. Probably you think that you have had electricity. But how do you even pay for the electricity that has been given to you?
That's what's happening?
That is what is happening. That's what is happening in this country, in this government. The only goal will rush. Look at what happened to Talensi. Opulence. If we had so much resources, the by-election.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
They constructed roads.
They constructed roads. They erected electricity poles. Overnight. If they could do that, yes. If they could do that, people of Talensi must ask themselves, why has the government been waiting all this while?
But the important point to make is that when you look at the other angle, that this whole issue about the petroleum price drop is based on the fact that the currency is depreciating. How do we get that situation? Is it not Bank of Ghana supposedly spending $20 million? Is it a week?
That's what we're told.
Intervention in this open market operation?
I mean, practically, that's what we're doing.
So we're spending money to bring down prices so that we can then say that we are reducing prices by 23%. But we don't believe in subsidy. What are we doing with open market operation? Is that not a subsidy? Is it not government spending money? Is it not? So you have to ask yourself why you exist as a government. Do you exist for people, or you just exist just to go through the motion? Let's spend $20 million. That brings down prices. But we don't believe in helping the people in any way. Who is benefiting from this? Prices are going to rise 15% last week, 23% down this week. Next week, what's going to happen? Do we continue to spend $20 million every week, every month, to keep the price of the city stable? Or what do we do?
paradoxical.
You know, this is a government, an ad hoc government. Their policies is ad hoc. Long ago, their economic strategy was torn into shreds. They don't have an economic strategy anymore. They've gone begging to the IMF because they have raided our national purse, depleted our resources, and now they're scratching around to find money from anywhere. You need 9 million, you go for a loan. You need 10 million, you go for a loan. You need 25 million, you go for a loan. You need something, you go to the Chinese to come and build. What are we running in this country? We need a Ghanaian, self-centered base. We need CP government that's going to take the country back on a focus which says, we are proud people. We have the necessary resources. We have the necessary skills. And we can chart a course.
Yeah, patriotism alone.
No,
and
patriotism
pride
alone
would not put food on your table.
No, it's not about patriotism. I mean, that's the truth. We have the resources. If you are in Japan and you don't have the resources and you're relying on patriotism, people to work hard. But we have the resources. And our sovereignty every year is being driven, is being given away. What we fought for hard is being given away. And we'll come to the president's call for agro-processing. And you'll see exactly what is happening.
No, my time is up on that. It's not up for discussion.
Well, let's just say that. Let me just make the point then. You know, you go for a situation, for example, where you're saying that we have the people, we have sunshine,
because
blah, blah, blah.
It's not because the president is in Italy, is that not it?
Yes. And yet, but we don't have we've always had, we had the skill given to this country for agro-processing. We have, the CP government gave us that technology. You come and you sell it all off to your cronies. Where is the cannery factories now? Now you go to Italy to bring somebody to come and create a canning factory in this country. We've had it. You sold it off, and now we go for somebody else to come, who's going to come and siphon our wealth away from us. Then we say we are making progress. What progress?
And depreciate the city further, right?
Well, okay. My brother, I think
concluding remarks before
I think that Ghanaians should wake up. We have to take our destiny into our own hands in 2016. We cannot rely on the NDC, we cannot rely on John Mahama, you cannot plan, and if you cannot plan, you cannot manage. And if you cannot manage, you will remain poor. This principle is simple. There is no magic wonder about it. You can't do anything about it. It's not spiritual. The system must just be put in place so that we can all at least rise above what we currently are experiencing. Nothing and absolutely nothing in this country is working. And so long as we keep the NDC in power, so long as we vote on sentiments, we vote, our voting pattern is based on emotions, on where somebody comes from, whether the person is a Northerner, so appeal to the Northerners to vote. The person went to the same school with you, but not because the person has exhibited enough wherewithal to ensure that he can move this country forward. Then we would continue to be here. Some people might rise up, but majority of this country, citizens of this country, are suffering, and we must find a solution to it. That solution lies in only one issue. The issue is to vote for the right person. In 2016, the right person in 2016 is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And we must all help, whether you are CPP, PPP, even NDC.
Right.
You must vote for Nana Akufo-Addo to come
that's okay.
and help.
I have to call the marketing executives to give you a time to campaign for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo the last few minutes. Nyama Konfra, no more talk for you. Nyama Konfra is the communication director for the CPP. That's it. No more. It's okay. Okay. We're ending. And, well, we'll have lunch today.
Yes, by all means.
It's a holiday.
I'll give you work to come.
All right. So, where are we going? That'll be...
Come to Ghana's only Kenke Lounge in Laboni called Pepper's Lounge.
Okay, so we're having lunch at Pepper's Lounge today.
Okay,
and I'm inviting Fred. Fred, I invite you.
You're all invited.
Okay, it's all on his bill. And Nyama Konfra is the communication director for the CPP. And thanks for joining me, Ni. Good to have you again.
It's always a pleasure.
Good again to have you here.
Always
good again to see you in Ghana. And we're grateful as always.
I don't spend as much time abroad as Nana Akufo-Addo.
Oh, okay. Fred Amankwasafo is a member of the MPP's communication team and taking a dig at each other. You know, sometimes it happens all the time. Fred, thanks for joining me, my good friend. All right, Fred, I'll see you sometime again. We'll have lunch today, hopefully. And you also, please go have lunch. Not only lunch, but please do enjoy your holiday and start work tomorrow. But we will be here again same time tomorrow morning. And please make sure that you stay glued to this very channel. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Happy